Hey guys, this episode of On the Ball is sponsored by RC Cola, Royal Crown Cola. Just like how Danny was Lauren's third choice at the bars the night they met, Royal Crown is everyone's favorite third choice cola on game day. Grab yourself one of 3 below average flavors such as regular, diet, and even cherry. Be free. Drink RC.
I feel like I'm on the ball today. I even felt exempted from the law today. It's like this revelation dawned on me. It's so amazing, help support the cause. I get everyone involved.
Well, another week in the books, guys. This week was a bit crazy. We had upsets, drama, heartbreak, crazy scores, and even more drama. Did you really expect anything less? The Raffy Taffy Fantasy Football Network is known for putting the D in drama. This is episode 5 of On the Ball. I'm your host, Matt Silvas, and here's my co-host, the drama queen himself.
I'm Raffy, your league CEO, the commish, the baddest motherfucker from another mother, Chicago Zone!
Raffy. Shut the fuck up. You know, just get to the point.
This ain't your mama's pod.
So, Raff, what are we talking about this week?
We're going to talk about the results of another exciting week. We had a good amount of trades, plenty of waiver pickups. There were a lot of winners, there were a lot of losers.
Well, shit. I guess the cat's out of the bag. If you guys couldn't tell, that wasn't Raffy. He couldn't make it this week. He's just putting in a ton of hours planning out the next big surprise for you that I think he's going to actually announce next week. I know. I shouldn't have tried to fool you guys with the fake Raffy. I just really wanted to put on an entertaining episode for you all. In hopes to do just that, I employed the help of IBM to create an ultra-realistic, deep-fake, AI-generated Raffy Mattioli. The purpose was just to fill in real quick for this week. I'm just going to try to reboot this bitch real quick, and we can jump right back into the episode.
This ain't your... I'm Raffy and Bukaki. Chicago Zone! This ain't your mama's pod.
All right, we're back online. Well, fake Raff, we got to talk about real Raff. After the Bears lost this week, once again, he blacked out. Straight on his ass. And he started causing a lot of drama. He was reaching out to everybody in the league and saying very hurtful things to them. Me, not included, because I'm his favorite. Everybody knows that. But with that being said, he did go off on Vic really hard. He picked him as his target again, just like he does after every Bears loss, which is a lot of them. And I could have swore things were going to get to blows, you know? So is there anything you want to say on Real Raffy's behalf?
I'm not worried about him anymore. Let's get into next week's matchup.
You mean last week's matchups? You know, let's just get into it. First matchup, Dylan, K Nasty. Dylan scoring a whopping 182-82. K Nasty with a still respectable 133.84. Dylan with the dub, riding off into the sunset on the backs of Russell Wilson, 37.92 points, and Will Fuller, 52.7. Calvin Ridley also had a good game. George Kittle had a great game. Overall, very surprising performance, Raph. I know you picked him to win. I underestimated Dylan. I picked K Nasty. Point goes to you, my friend.
You know, to me, that's easy money, baby.
The next matchup on the list, you got Sega versus Jeff. A pretty low-scoring game, 123.42 for Sega over Jeff with 100.34. Really, honestly, both teams didn't really perform very well. A lot of single-digit scores between both their players, but Sega did have Allen Robinson and Josh Jacobs carry the win for him for 60 points between the two of them. So that's that, really. Looking back at the records of our pick'ems, Raph, you and I both picked Jeff. I think we were pretty confident in that one. We just didn't believe in Sega again. And once again, he proves us wrong. So no points, either one of us.
That's pretty sad, man.
All right, well, next matchup, Lil J versus Vic. Honestly, this was not a matchup that anyone really gave a shit about. It was supposed to be a cakewalk. Jay walked into this matchup 0-4. Vic was 3-1. Also the highest point scorer in the league. About halftime in the morning games, we saw Lil J was up by a ton of points. His team came to play. They ended up scoring 165.62 points. Tom Brady putting in almost 30. Matt Breida almost 30. Michael Thomas 41. Dede with 15, Thielen with 32. Unfortunately, he had a few extra single-digit players. I don't think that would have mattered, though, because Vic put up a monstrous 233.1 for highest score for any team all year. I don't even know if this one can be beat, because this was nuts. Lil J, give it up to you. Didn't think your team could put up that many points. Vic, your time will come, my friend. You know how the saying goes, don't count your chickens before the eggs hatch. It's a long season. You've had a lot of things swing your way in terms of luck, especially this week. Deshaun Watson putting up 50, Dalvin Cook 23, Fournette 23, Godwin another 32 points. Eckler again, 16, 17 catches, 21 points. That's got to die down to some point. Aaron Jones, 5,000 touchdowns. What can I say? In regards to the pickups for this game, I told Raf I'd give him 2 points if he picked Lil J and he got it correct. Unfortunately, he did not. And I picked Vic, so I get the points here. The next matchup is my matchup versus Danny. Interesting enough, Danny and I were playing against each other in all 3 leagues that we currently share. I don't know what the odds of that are, but it's probably pretty low. And this one specifically, I was projected to win. I felt real confident in it, even though he has CMC. And halfway through the first or the morning games, I was projected to kill him. It was actually so bad that I didn't even bother to pull up the scores again until fourth quarter or so. And that's when I looked, and he was projected to score over 200 points. Like, what happened? So I go bust into it. Matt Ryan put up almost 40. CMC put up almost 50. Devontae Freeman finally had a good game with 18 points. Sutton started off the game with 20. Tyler Boyd almost 30. And the rest of his players put up double-digit numbers. The dude was unstoppable. So kudos to you. The actual score was 121.76 versus to 195 even. Again, Danny, kudos to you, beating me in 2 out of 3 leagues. Till next time. Unfortunately, we both picked me to win. Raf, I'm sorry, I let you down. And for the last matchup of the week, you have Rafi versus Justice, cousin versus cousin, Raiders versus Bears. Unfortunately, this one was a little underwhelming, just like the actual NFL game. Rafi scoring 104.16, Justice 136.52. Raf, you poor soul. Is there anything you want to say?
I don't get it. I can't believe we're related.
Okay, well, let's get into the waiver wire this week. We'll keep it real short. The only real notable pickup is Jeff picked up Jamison Crowder for $17.
How much did he pay?
I literally just said $17. Okay, let's talk about the only trade that happened this week between Danny and K Nasty. Danny gave up Devontae Freeman, Joe Mixon, Cortland Sutton, and Terry McLaurin to receive Frank Gore, T.Y. Hilton, Sterling Shepard, and Nick Chubb. Personally, I don't know how I feel about this yet. I mean, Danny gave up a lot of capital to get T.Y. Hilton and Nick Chubb because, in my opinion, Sterling Shepard has a second concussion of the year. Within 5-6 weeks, really, there's a good chance he doesn't play for another 3-4 weeks, and that's dangerous for a player. Yeah, and Frank Gore, I'm just not a fan of him in fantasy. Danny gave up a lot of running back depth. Joe Mixon, Devontae Freeman, I know they've been underwhelming, but that's a lot of depth. Cortland Sutton has been a top 25 receiver so far this year. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But Ralph, what do you think?
I like it. It was a high risk, high reward move. Time will tell.
Okay, well, it's time to go over next week's matchups. Let's start off with Danny versus Dylan, another cousin versus cousin matchup. Danny projected 154 versus Dylan's 133. Personally, I think Danny's going to take this one. I know Dylan had a really strong week last week, but I believe in Danny. Are you taking Danny too?
Oh, definitely.
And for the next matchup, we got Justice versus Lil J.
That's probably my favorite.
Is that right? It's your favorite? Why? I don't understand. But, whatever. We got Justice scoring 138, or projected to score 138. Lil J projected to score 124. I personally can't see Justice losing this one. He's got the Prescott-Cooper stack. He's got Julio Jones versus Arizona. I mean, his team's going to feast. Feast, I tell you. So that's my pick. I'm taking Justice.
Okay, I changed my mind. You talked me into it. Justice wins.
All right, guys, this is the matchup we've been waiting for all year. Rafi versus Vic. You got Bears fan versus Packers fan. You got two mortal enemies. Seriously, though, what an appropriate time to play each other. Not even a week after you guys almost tore each other's heads off. Looking at it, though, you got Vic's team that's 4-1, your team that's 2-3. Raf, you've disappointed me 2 out of 3 weeks when I picked you. So I'm going to lean towards Vic on this one.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sorry about that. I got to go with my gut. I'm going to assume you're picking yourself?
Correct.
All right, for the last 2 matchups, we got Sega versus K Nasty. Sega coming into this matchup 4-1. K Nasty, quite the opposite, 1-4. Oddly enough, Sega is projected to lose by almost 20 points here. I don't know what tricks he's going to pull up his sleeve, but I'm going to go with Sega. Who am I kidding? He's got a great team. K Nasty, you got an okay team. You got a team that can compete on a week-to-week basis. We'll see how it goes the rest of the season. But my pick is Sega. Raf, who you got for this one? Rafi. Shit. Okay, guys. Well, it looks like the AI actually shut down. Instead of trying to reboot him again, I'm just going to finish the podcast. We only have 1 matchup to go and then to go over the contests. All right. Well, the last one is myself versus Jeff. It's projected to be pretty close. I don't really want to say too much about it without sounding too biased. So naturally, I'm going to pick myself to win this one. Jeff, good luck to you, sir. I hope that this doesn't end our friendship. If it does, it's been a great 13 years. So we'll see what happens. As everybody already knows, the Raffy Taffy Fantasy Football Network puts on the greatest weekly contest to keep everybody involved. This last week was Let Me Kiss Your TDs. It was really just the team with the most total touchdowns in their starting lineup. And the winner is none other than Dylan. Dylan, I know it was real close between you and Vic. You pulled out the victory. You had the most touchdowns. You get the $25. I know you're going to spend the whole thing on weed, so enjoy it. Week 6 contest, Boss Sauce, team with the biggest margin of victory. This one will be a good one. I have no idea who's going to win. All the matchups are real close. So stay tuned until next week's episode 6 of On the Ball. I'm your host, Matt Silvis, and my co-host will be back, Rafi Mattioli. Looking forward to it. See you then.
I feel like I'm on the ball today. I even felt exempted from the law today. It's like this revelation dawned on me. It's so amazing, help support the cause. I get everyone involved. I feel like I'm on the ball today. I even felt exempted from the law today. It's like this revelation dawned on me. It's so amazing, help support the cause. I get everyone involved. Single shot of whiskey, fuck it, make it double.